Welcome. Ray's Search for Happiness is a story taken from my book, Conscious Kids, and I've adapted it as a meditation for people of all ages. So before we begin, I'd like to offer a little guidance on how to optimize your listening experience by turning it into a meditative practice. You know, meditative stories are extremely powerful because they serve two main purposes. First, they offer an opportunity for you to deepen your awareness of your body and your mind. This is an invitation for you to gently notice what your mind is doing as you're listening to this story. Try to observe it without judgment, as it may wander, comment, approve, disagree, like or dislike what it's hearing. Try to watch what your mind does from a neutral, detached perspective, instead of getting instantly hooked by it. This is really an essential practice that will help you notice what your mind is doing in your daily life. And as you strengthen this ability to take a step back from what the mind is constantly saying, you will develop self-mastery, equanimity, peace, and freedom. Now, the same goes for your body. As you listen, try to connect with the sensations in your body. Try to become as aware as you can of everything you're feeling. Your breath, any tension or contraction, as well as any areas that feel more relaxed. Reconnecting to our body through direct inner sensation is also an essential practice and a skill we all need to work on these days. Why? Because returning to our body is the key to emotional regulation, deeper wisdom, balance, and well-being. So not only do these meditative stories give you the space needed to become more aware of your mind and body, but they also allow effortless integration of some deep concepts that your rational mind might be more resistant to. Because you see, stories communicate via emotions, symbols, and in this case, sound frequencies. They're powerful because they have direct access to your subconscious mind, which is where most of your programs, belief systems, and habits are locked away and oftentimes hidden from your conscious mind. So before the story begins, get comfortable and let your body become still enough to receive it. Just allow your breath to move naturally, and as the story unfolds, gently listen, observe what your mind is doing without judgment, and connect to the sensations in your body. Let us begin now. Ray's Search for Happiness. In a faraway galaxy, wrapped in velvet darkness, a great golden sun shimmered like a jewel. Its warmth pulsed like a heartbeat. Around it danced countless little rays of light, each one bright, playful, and alive. They moved in circles of gold. They shimmered and laughed. They rose and fell in the sun's embrace, knowing only love. There was no loneliness there, no fear, no comparison, no need to become anything other than what they were. Every ray belonged to the sun. Every ray was made of the sun. Every ray lived in unity. One day, the great sun called to a small, curious ray of light. "Would you like to go on an adventure?" The little ray sparkled. "Oh yes, where?" "To a place called Earth," said the sun. "But to live there, You will wear a special suit, a human body. The little ray tilted with wonder. What will I do there? Explore, learn, play, love, forget, remember, and return home when your adventure is complete. The little ray shimmered more slowly. Forget? Yes, said the sun. Earth is a world of duality. There you will know opposites, day and night, pleasure and pain, kindness and cruelty, birth and death. You will know joy, but you will also know what seems to be the absence of joy. The little ray dimmed. And I will forget who I am? For a while, said the sun gently. You will forget your light, but a faint memory of home will remain deep in your heart. You will search for that feeling everywhere. Humans call that search happiness. The little ray was quiet. What if I look in the wrong places? You probably will, said the sun, with a warmth that held no judgment. Most humans do. They look for happiness in praise, success, beauty, possessions, relationships, achievement, and the next thing waiting just beyond reach. Will I find it? Yes, said the sun, but not because the world will finally give it to you. Because one day you will remember where it has always lived. Then the sun gave the little ray a reminder. On the left arm of the body you will enter, there will be a sun-shaped birthmark. When the mind grows quiet and the mark is touched with presence, these words will rise from within. You already have everything you need to be happy right now. Do not be fooled into thinking you must be more, have more, or do more to feel whole. True joy is not found in more. It is found in remembering who you are. The little ray brightened. I'm ready. The sun wrapped the ray in a kiss of golden light. Then, in a shimmering breath, the little ray drifted away from home, falling gently toward a blue-green world spinning far below. He was born and named Ray. He came into the world wrapped in warmth, held in loving arms. As a baby, life was simple. The taste of milk, the softness of blankets, the rhythm of a heartbeat close to his ear, light moving across the ceiling, a familiar voice humming in the dark. He laughed when tickled, cried when hungry, slept beneath the safe weight of arms that held him. He did not yet know himself as separate from the world. There was no image to protect, no future to chase, no name to defend. These early days felt close to the golden unity he had come from. And yet, even then, somewhere deep inside, a quiet longing remained. Something was missing, though he could not name it. As Ray grew, happiness seemed to move into the world around him. It was the wind rushing past his ears as he pedaled his bicycle downhill. It was the splash of lake water on his skin. It was marbles clattering across in the playground. It was the smell of crayons, grass, and summer dust. Sometimes, when sunlight warmed his shoulders, he felt almost complete, almost home. But the feeling passed, and still something was missing. As a teenager, Ray became more aware of himself through the eyes of others. How he looked, how he sounded, whether he was liked, whether he belonged. Music made him feel alive. The guitar thrummed against his chest. Friends laughed under streetlights. Praise landed like sparks on dry wood, lighting him up for a while. Happiness became approval, attention, being wanted, being seen. But when the applause faded and the night grew quiet, the old longing returned. Something was still missing. As a young man, Ray fell in love. For a time, he thought he had found the missing piece. Her hand in his, her smile across a crowded room, the warmth of being chosen, the sweetness of hearing his name spoken with such tenderness. Happiness became closeness, belonging. The feeling that another person could finally make him whole. But love, beautiful as it was, could not carry what had never truly belonged to it. There were misunderstandings, disappointments, lonely moments, even beside someone he loved. And again, the longing returned. Something was missing. Ray kept searching. He became a lawyer. Success brought money, respect, admiration, and a beautiful home filled with carefully chosen things. He traveled to distant cities, learned new skills, collected experiences. He filled his calendar, improved himself, expanded himself, measured himself, and each new achievement gave him a lift. Each new purchase gave him a glow. Each new destination promised a fresh beginning. And for a while it worked. And then the glow faded, and the next thing called. More, better, higher, further. Again and again, happiness seemed to appear on the horizon, then move farther away as he reached for it. Ray's life became full, too full. There was no space between the meetings, the messages, the plans, and the striving. His body began speaking first in whispers. A tight chest, a tired mind, a strange heaviness in the morning. But Ray had learned to keep going. Until one winter, his body finally said enough. He fell ill and was forced to stop. No meetings, no travel, no proving, no next thing. Only a quiet room, a heavy quilt, and snow whispering against the window. For the first time in years, there was nowhere to go. Nothing to become. Nothing to chase. One afternoon, clouds shifted, and sunlight broke through the window. It fell across Ray's left arm, warming the small, sun-shaped birthmark he had barely noticed since childhood. Without thinking, his fingers moved to it. The room grew still. The snow kept falling. His breath slowed. His mind, usually crowded with noise, became quiet. And then he heard the words. Not outside him, not in the room, inside. Soft as sunlight, strong as truth. You already have everything you need to be happy right now. Do not be fooled into thinking you must be more, have more, or do more to feel whole. True joy is not found in more. It is found in remembering who you are. In that instant, something opened. Ray remembered, not as an idea, not as a belief, as a warmth spreading through the center of his being. The golden sun, the field of light, the love before the searching, the unity before the forgetting. Tears slowly slid down his cheeks. He saw his whole life. The childhood games, the friendships, the love, the success, the striving, not as failures, but as places he had looked. Each one had offered a taste, a reflection, a temporary glow. But none of them could hold the happiness he had mistaken them for. Because the joy he was searching for had never been inside the object, the achievement, the person, or the future. It had been beneath the searching itself. Quiet, patient, unmoved. The joy of being. From that day on, Ray still lived his human life. He worked, he loved, he laughed, he made plans. He enjoyed beauty, friendship, music, food, learning, and the wide changing world. But he no longer asked them to complete him. He no longer chased happiness as if it were hiding somewhere ahead. When joy came, he welcomed it. When sadness came, he let it pass through. When longing came, he touched the small sun on his arm and remembered. He was not empty. He was not unfinished. He was not a traveler trying to earn his way back to the light. He was the light, having an adventure. And many years later, when Ray's human journey came to its gentle end, he closed his eyes one final time and felt himself lift from the earth. The room faded, the body softened, the world grew quiet. Through the velvet darkness of space he soared, lighter than breath, until the golden warmth of the sun opened around him once more. "Welcome home," said the sun. Ray's light shimmered brighter than ever. "I went looking for happiness," he said, "and I found it right where I began." The sun held him in endless warmth, and the little Ray understood. He had never truly left. He had only forgotten for a while. Then he remembered, and in remembering, he returned, shining, whole, and forever part of the light. And when you are ready, you can gently come back to the room, come back to your body, and gently open your eyes.